Hi, Julie Watts here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Continuing with our stencil techniques. Lots more to go, I think. So on my desk today, I've got a Fairy Hugs stencil. Now I've chosen this stencil because it's got lots of open areas. I could use the Sentimentally Yours one, but I think this one's going to work quite nicely. So you'll find this over on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk, for shipping to UK addresses, and you'll also find it over at fairyhugs.com for worldwide shipping, and it's called Fairy Bubbles. I've also got on my desk Flawless Media Sentimentally Yours Texture Medium, and my favourite Gilding Flakes, which are the Cosmic Shimmer Copper Teal Gilding Flakes. Again, you'll find those on my website. There it is again, for shipping to UK addresses. Obviously you can find the Sentimentally Yours products over at Honeypot Crafts. So, not done this technique for a while, so let's see how we get on with it. So we're going to pop some texture medium onto our craft sheet. It will take quite a lot, this stencil. Let's put, I don't want to use too much though, because I can't put it back in the pot. We can always add some more. Just give that a wipe. So always wipe around the top of your pot before you put your lid on, so that you can get back in, which is always a bonus. So this texture medium goes on white and it dries clear and glossy. Now we're going to add some Gilding Flakes to it. You've probably mixed in things like glitter into your texture medium, but you might not have thought about putting Gilding Flakes in. So you want the smaller chunks, and if they are bigger, you want to kind of break them up a wee bit. The kind of Gilding Flake dust is quite good for this. You know, when you've used it through a stencil or on a stamp, and your Rubik's Scrubbies broken it into lots of little pieces, that's quite good. Because remember, wherever the Gilding Flake isn't, it's going to be glossy and clear, which is why I've chosen black card, because I do like the glossy effect on the black card. I'm not going to stress too much if it's not all covered with Gilding Flakes, but I do want nice little pieces of it. Don't sneeze, don't breathe, don't laugh, don't do anything when the lid's open. Let's have another bit of that lovely copper colour. I think that'll do. Let's put the lid on. Some Gilding Flakes as well. I don't know about these because I haven't mixed these in before. So it thickens them up as well, so we might need to add some more texture paste. Some of them kind of bleed, if you like, into the texture medium, and so you'll get lots of colours coming out of them, which is quite interesting. And I'm not going to use my woodware scraper tool this time, because we've got the flakes in there, and I think it's going to just interfere with the flakes. So we won't get such an even spread. Try not to overwork it. So you're going to have some more, I think. No, maybe not. We might be all right. I've got a high concentration of flake there in the middle, but not so much everywhere else. I am conscious that it will dry, so if I sit here and mix some more, it might dry on my stencil. I'm trying not to overwork it, but I want to cover as much as possible. Also trying not to dig in as well, because this is the bonus of the scraper tool, is that you don't dig in. Okay, so we've got something everywhere. Might not be even, but we have got something everywhere. What is going on over there? Sit down. I don't like that gap in the middle. Okay, Okay, we're just going to go with it like that now. Okay, let's peel that off. Obviously we can't see the full effect of it until it's dry, and I will come back and I'll show you what it looks like when it's dry. So I did pretty well there. I didn't actually waste anything at all, which is fab. I like that. Pull the stencil off. So some of the flakes are coming off on the stencil, and you will get some rough areas around the edges where it's come off. But we're going to put that aside to dry. And I'm sure you can imagine it's going to look absolutely wonderful straight away. But should we do that frugal thing? Let's do that frugal thing, because I've got flakes on here. Let's grab another piece of card and try and get it in that gap. There we go. And we're going to just pop it down on there like so, and grab a stencil brush, and we're just going to stencil in the gaps. Obviously this isn't going to be raised, but those flakes, which are breaking up a wee bit, which is fine, are still going to be embedded in some of the medium, so they should stay. It's always worth doing this, whether it looks a mess or not. It's a background. No point stressing over it. You know, oh, it's not perfect. It doesn't matter. Backgrounds don't have to be perfect. You can hide the imperfect bits, and sometimes you can make features of the imperfect bits. Let's pick some of this up off here as well. Don't waste any of it. Okay. So now we pull that off of there. And that's our bonus background, which I think is going to look absolutely wonderful too. So we'll come back in a little while and I'll show you what it looks like when it's dry. So my two backgrounds are lovely and dry now. We'll focus on the first one, which is the original one, where I put the texture paste mixed with the Gilding Flakes through the stencil. As you can see, it's lovely and glossy, and where the Gilding Flakes aren't, you've got that lovely, rich, glossy, clear, which obviously on the black card looks glossy black. Really, really pretty background, loving that. And then for the bonus one, which is that's on watercolour card, this one's just on normal black card. This is my bonus, this is my freebie. So this is with just the mop ups and the stencil brush, getting rid of the excess off the stencil, and that's really usable too. You can still see the fairy bubble stencil design in its entirety around there. So two great backgrounds. I did have a comment on one of my videos as to what do you do with, you know, have you made a card with it? Well, it's very easy to make a card with one of these. All you need to do is cut yourself a frame, and this is obviously a big square frame, so you don't have to go that big if you don't want to. Then what you can do is just, I mean, excuse the colours, they're not really matching. Just add a couple of flowers maybe, and then a banner with a sentiment on it just tucked in there, and that's your card, good to go really. Obviously if you want to, you can shrink the background down. You don't need to use the whole thing, and then you could keep that for a border on another card. So, you know, again with this orientation, you can just put a banner in there and a flower. You're done, easy peasy. Change it to the orientation this way and you get an entirely different look. Again, you could put a banner in there with the sentiment. This is my fallback. You know, if you want a quick card, you've got loads of backgrounds, just pop a flower on it. Obviously you'll be trimming it down. We can perhaps pop a flower in that corner as well if you wanted to, or not. Choice is yours. But yeah, that's easy peasy, no problem. Beautiful backgrounds, easy to create, just need to be patient, wait for them to dry. Don't forget that you'll find everything I've used on my website, juliewattscrafts.co.uk, for shipping to UK addresses. And you'll also, if you're outside the UK, you will find that Fairy Hug stencil at fairyhugs.com. And do check out my other videos and like and subscribe if you're not already subscribing. I love to read the comments on a YouTube channel. They're very welcome, and it's nice to get a community going on there. And like I say, do check out my other videos. Thank you for watching.